Hello, and welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun, and I am going to be reviewing yet another cigar. This time, I'm mildly disappointed, actually. I should have thought so. Even had a friend that was saying that they look too good. That probably means they're not very good. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but this was very eye-catching, this bright white band with the red writing on it. And even nicer is the gold leaf ones with the Swarovskis on it, but this is just a basic. This is called the Royal Danish Extra Strong Double Ligero. It's blended in Denmark. And the CEO of this is Jan Vestigen, who is also credited as the blender, which I've not heard the CEO usually being the blender. Their company is a very old company. It was started back in 1813 when King Frederick VI issued a royal decree, basically, that that cigars would be rolled in Copenhagen under his rule. They have about a $5 price tag. They have an Ecuador Habano wrapper with Nicaraguan Ligero tobaccos in there. And the binder is an Indonesian Sumatra. Now, the first problem is this cap looks all mushy. It is a little mushy, but not too bad.
Yeah, it's like they gave you a wet one, and then
there is a tear in the wrapper there. There's more tearing in the wrapper down here.
Why don't we just say construction errors, Aaron?
Oh,
Hello, everyone. Nubs here, by the way.
So that's the first little thing, and that's all cosmetic anyway. So it could still be very nice, but this is a nasty looking cigar. It looks like it was, you know, pieced together. It's a Frankenstick.
Let me just say, he's right, because I see it too, but the last Frankenstick I had was a $33 Cohiba Diamante.
Well, now, the next thing. I'm not going to ask you to do
Go ahead. Tell me. I have legs. What do you
I was
mean?
going to say, could you grab a nub for me? This is listed as a 4.5 by 54 Robusto. 4.5. Alright? Now, I just asked her if she could get me a Nub Habano out of her case, which is a 4-inch cigar. And she's about got into her case. She's got to move everything off of it. It's been a while since she's been able to smoke, so getting ready to do that soon. No, Rita, don't. Just here. So, anyways, here you go. The Nub Habano.
No, it's a Nub Maduro.
Oh, Maduro. Nub Maduro, sorry. Is known as a 4x60.
Yeah, that's why I call myself Queen Nubs, or Nubs here.
So this is a 4-inch stick. This is a 4.5-inch stick. They are the same size. That means this is a 4 by 54. However, the ring gauge. If I place this next to a 50 ring gauge, head to head, this is smaller. This is actually about a 48 ring gauge. So, I guess in Danish, whatever, where they measure the cigars, they have no clue what they're doing to measure. No, I wouldn't be able to show it on camera. Right?
I was going to say, you know what I was thinking then?
So I actually feel like I've been ripped off half an inch of cigar and 0.5 ring gauge or whatever, or a 5 ring gauge all the way around. What is that? Maybe like 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of tobacco? I mean, that might be a half hour of puffing for me.
May I just say, since I'm not smoking yet, but I can give my opinion, this cigar reminds me of the Oktoberfest in size.
Yep. And by the way, it looks so pretty online. It really doesn't look nearly as pretty as the pictures make it out to be.
I just can't remember the name of the Oktoberfest, the brand. But
so this is all visual at this point. And It doesn't even cut very well. It actually kind of split while cutting. I mean, that's a V cut, and it ended up almost as wide as the whole bottom. So, kind of goes to show just how squishy this cap is. Look. That shouldn't be. This is a very soft cigar. Anyways, just to light this up, I'm going to have to take off the first band.
So, let me ask you a question then, Aaron. If the king made an edict basically saying that all cigars are going to be rolled in Copenhagen, which, if any of you didn't know, Denmark is one of the capitals for pipes being made, briar pipes, that if that's the case for the cigars, then does that mean he didn't have any cigars outside, like Cuba or Dominican?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask someone who would know.
I'll have to contact Oli then.
The first thing I notice is a kind of chocolatey cocoa scent off the wrapper.
I didn't get my smell.
And a hayish, but more sweetgrass smell off the footer.
Footers mean this?
No, that's the cap.
I'm picking up hay notes, just pure hay notes in the foot here. And I'm picking up light hints of hay on this side.
She will be reviewing this eventually once she's able to get back to them. She's not going to miss out on doing any reviews where I was doing them solo and we got 2. So there will be catch-ups. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up.
Let me know how that smokes.
I'm hoping it smokes a lot better than its presentation. Because this is one ugly cigar. Well, first thing I noticed is a great ease of smoke on this. Very loose draw. And I kind of like loose draws in my cigars. It means I don't have to work for it. Just take a quick puff and all's good.
For the room note so far, I would say, in my opinion, it is another stinky cigar.
Lots of bitter notes coming off. Particularly on the lips, it's coming off the outer wrapper.
It seems it's a cigar Aaron here might not like. And that's saying something for a man who loves stogies.
Sorry, that actually burnt. Doing a retro hail on it.
So, I got one question for you. Sorry, people. I'm in behind now. Is it really a double Ligero?
Well, let me get to it. Now, of course, I'm reviewing this, but I can't just jump into that and just say, oh, yeah. I mean, I've got to give it a try. But anyways, it really burns on the retro hail. Not very pleasant whatsoever. Very good long finish. Kind of spicy. And I read a lot of places where they're saying that this is a leathery cigar. I think that leather is just the bitterness off the wrapper itself. The flavors themselves are kind of, I don't know exactly what to put my finger on for it. It's kind of a earthy grass note. It's unique. It's a flavor I haven't had really in many cigars. But to tell you the truth, the leather off this cap, it's almost like being flavored, like a flavored cap, but heavily laden in leathery bitterness, and it kind of ruins the rest of the smoke flavor. Anyways, I'm going to get to the halfway point of this. I'm going to let you know how this continues. So, see you shortly.
Stay tuned.
Oh, and welcome back to this Royal Danish Extra Strength Double Ligero. Now, there's one website out there, I believe it's Pipes and Cigars. It says that what is considered a strong cigar in Europe is like a mild to medium or a medium-bodied cigar in America. I'll agree with that. This is close to a medium-bodied cigar, and definitely doesn't have that full flavored kick to it. However, it does have some nice notes to it. It seems to be a little nicotine rich. Decent finish. That kind of bitter leathery. Definitely faded after about 5 more puffs after I left you. So it's gotten better. Still upset about the missing half an inch. Retrohale still burns, but the flavors just mild hay and earth. It's actually more full strength and lesser flavor. I'd say this is a mild flavored, mild flavors in the cigar, while still being at about a medium body, and maybe about medium strength as well. And for those of you who don't know, strength I refer to as the nicotine in it. Body is the, how harsh it is, I suppose you could say. And flavor is how much do I experience out of this? Is it pleasurable? Is there lots of different flavors? Are the flavors gelled? Do they marry well? Are they chaotic and they swirl around each other trying to battle each other for which one's going to take dominance on each puff? With the cigar, flavors are just ho-hum. There is something somewhat unique to this cigar, but I can't put a finger on it. The mushiness of the cigar and the construction haven't been too bad. It is having a tendency to burn like this. It's not too wonky, but I did have a pretty bad canoe earlier.
Toenail
Yeah,
right
I got a hangnail right there and another one over here. This one's a wider one, that one's a thinner one. At one point I had a tunnel going, but odd tunnel is that I don't really have anything to point to. It was tunneling like on one side. Here we go. It was tunneling, say, up here instead of in the center. So where most would tunnel in the center here, this was tunneling like at the edge. Just odd burning cigar. Am I really disappointed with it? I spent $17 for 4 of these. That works out to about $4.50 each, roughly, off the top of my head. 4.25 roughly. Anyways, yeah, that half inch almost, by the time you add it up, that's 2 inches of cigar, and by the time you add up the missing on the ring gauge, that's an entire cigar. So essentially this was 3 cigars for the price of 4. They're shorter than I like, and this is burnt 25 minutes to the halfway point. So again, it's going to be a short stick.
Just like I said with the October one,
But at least the good things going for it is it does have a pleasurable finish to it. There are some unique qualities to the smoke that I haven't experienced in many cigars, but I just can't put my finger on it yet. And I'll talk to you in the final third about this and give you my overall. So, see you shortly. Hello and welcome back to the final third of this Royal Danish Extra Strength Double Ligero. And there's a pipe tobacco on the market. Do you remember who makes it?
Spectre?
No, it was David. Was it Davidoff? The Royal Yacht?
Dunhill.
Dunhill has a pipe tobacco that is affectionately known as Royal Yuck. The reason is because it's pure nasty, but it stays on the market. It too is, well, I don't know what else it is. But this Royal Danish, again, I'm going to have to call it almost Royal Yuck. As it's getting down into this final third, bitter as bitter can be. I don't think any amount of dry boxing will help because it's already kind of dry and mushy. I don't think any type of rehydration is going to help because, well, it's mushy, but still dry. It's weird. This is just an awkward cigar. I'm not enjoying the final third flavors here. It's kind of picked up in only that kind of nasty bitterness. It's like taking a double espresso, you know, when you're not expecting all that, well, coffee. Anyways, I'm not too pleased with this cigar. It's one of the first cigars this entire year that I have to just go, $5 a stick is not even worth giving it a try. Well, maybe. Maybe, if you want to say that you've tried it. Now,
but your facial reaction just now says don't even think about it because it's nasty.
It's just not a pleasing cigar, in my opinion. It's got flavors in it that are unique, but the flavors are vomitous. It's gross. Rare I'm going to say that about a cigar, but this one is. It also rips you off in size. They say it's one thing and it's not. You lose half an inch and you lose about 6 inches of ring gauge. 54 my butt.
Well, I do want to say to you all that when it comes to cigars, that's how I felt when I bought the sampler of the October ones. You know, the ones that we reviewed.
Oh, those casadas? You felt cheated on the size.
Yeah.
But they were advertised that size. And they lasted a long time. This has been going 40 minutes. Those were an hour and 20 minutes on average for a 4-inch, like
4x50.
Yeah, 4x50 ring gauge. They lasted.
Casadas, yeah, that's what it is.
Those were awesome cigars.
I just felt cheated in the size, even though the size was.
Yeah, well, for $22 for 5 sticks, and they were all quality. No, that was an awesome deal, honestly. This, no. If you're going through a shelf and you see this sitting next to, say, another $5 stick or $6 stick, skip on this. I hate to say skip on a cigar because I don't like to see any cigar company suffer because, you know, we need them out there, okay? But when it's just not quality, I can't give it a good rating. I can't say buy this. I can't say I recommend it. And as much as it sucks to do that, this cigar truly is royal yuck. It ain't, no.
It's not something you'd write home to mom about.
I mean, I'll smoke the other one and I'll enjoy it, but just barely. I'll enjoy it because it's a puff and relaxation time. But I'm not going to enjoy the flavors so much. So anyways, with that said, please.
However, cigars are hit and miss anyway, so it could be just that cigar, and the next one could be better. So.
And Rita will give you her own review as she gets better next week sometime. And she's got a lot of catching up to do.
And I just want to say to you all out there, including Johnny Sticks, I will be back soon to do reviews. I'm just waiting till Monday at least to see what the doctor has to say. And then we will go from there.
Yeah, and then you got the Sweet James to do, so. And and since this is the first video since then, my apologies to Miss Vaughn Boyd. I had said Mr. Vaughn in it because I assumed...
You said Mr. so many times, I watched it.
I assumed that Vaughn was a male name. I don't know why, but I've never actually heard of it as a woman's name. So, Rita, stop that.
Sorry. So, I was going to say, look for some Dunhill pipe tobacco reviews next week. For me
and if you don't know my origins in doing reviews, is I used to do pipe tobacco reviews. Had quite a few of them out there, and they had 3,000 to 4,000 hits apiece. And after some really bad crap went down on YouTube with my channel, and some people who felt their need to torment me and, you know, lambaste me and make fun of me for things,
I decided I just wasn't going to put up with it anymore, and I deleted my channel out of anger. And so it's all gone now. I had something like 400,000 views on, you know, something like 50 reviews. Anyways, please add and subscribe, leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, and all that good jazz.
May God bless you.
I'm not.
You do.
Okay, that too. And if you've smoked this and you disagree with my reactions, you think this was an awesome cigar, whatever, please feel free to leave your comments in the comments section. And just try to keep it nice, because we all have differences of opinions. And mine on this one is, this is nasty. But yours might be that you loved it. So enjoy every puff.